Woo! How y'all doing? That was a lot. That feels smooth. Feel like the transition. You see that cut? Just and just like done right there. Just got to the point. Hello, everybody. My name is History Williams, and thank you for joining us for another episode of our Island of Irrelevancy TED Talk edition. This is on our sponsor channel, NPR. Um, I have my co-host over there to the left side of me. That is Trail. He's leaning into the camera.
No.
If you look downward, we have our good friend and new co-host. Her name is Ashlyn, and we're going to give a round of applause for her. Welcome to this. Oh, that is so loud. Let's go lower. Welcome, welcome. All right, we got our three. That is
Big three.
big three. So with that, how y'all folks doing today?
It's been a long day, but we're here.
We are here. Yeah, y'all done got the Holy Spirit. I'm pretty sure that Trail beat the hell out of it. That's a good drummer joke for Trail. And I can see that Ashlyn is the type to be crying and sweating for the Lord when
You
when they
know,
get the
they was
Spirit.
laying hands this morning.
Talk. They lay hands on you,
I mean, they wasn't like demons
bro.
get out. What you just,
Oh my God,
somebody
bro.
came in and they prayed for me, and my eyes were bloodshot red for hours. I went to
Oh
work
my.
after church, and somebody was like, "Your eyes are red. Like, are you okay?" I
Word.
was like, "I'm cool. I'm cool.
Did you
I'm
come from
vibing."
the Did you come from the walk of fame? I don't like calling it a shame, man. Because that's a body count, man. When people get
Oh,
caught proud of body counts, was it a walk of like? Did they think that you had the walk of fame look on you, or did you love the inhale the devil's lettuce kind of look to your eyes? That's what they was
yeah,
thinking.
that I think that's kind of what it was. I think my eyes still red. I think I popped a blood vessel. I was
That's
crying kind of hard
that's
today,
okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
but God is
So
good.
fair all the time. So I am thoroughly like nah. I'm anti like lay hands on me. And bruh, I just don't feel comfortable with it. So I don't think I ever told anybody this story, especially online. So there's a reason why, like, I have specific, like, one of the big reasons why I specifically don't like going to church, and it's because of the fact that something that happened when I was a kid, and my dad had just passed away, and I haven't talked to my best friend. Like, when my dad died, I just went like ghost for like about 2 weeks. So I had my best friend at the time. We played basketball together. He just knew like every day we gonna just do something. Well, I went ghost on everybody. He even left a card on the front of my like apartment, but like, hey bro, where you at? Are you still alive? Like it's like left cards
Not
and
are
no,
you
no,
still alive?
are you still alive? Like he asked these type of questions. He was asking people like, did we still like live at our area and everything like that. And so when I finally got back with him, we used to go to Bible study every Wednesday. And like we went to this church. Now the crazy thing is there's only like five of us black folks in there.
Oh God.
So it was I'm sorry, four of us black folks, because it's his mom and his two sisters and him. And then they'll bring me. So the four of us will go to this all white church. And this church was called the Rock Church. And I'm pretty sure that church is not open no more because I think that area is completely destroyed in Slidell. But like it was so crazy. They were praying the demon and the spirit of mourning out of me because they felt like I was too upset and too sad. Bro, when I say that they were laying hands and tongues and throwing holy water, like they were performing an exorcism on me after. Baby, they were
Oh
just
my
performing a full
God.
exorcism on
That
me.
is not what we as
Yes,
church folks should be doing to
they were
people.
praying. This, my dad is fresh in the ground and being prepared for maggot food, and they they are laying hands
That's
on me,
horrible.
praying this like fresh, and it was so crazy
Oh
that
God.
like that was what they were doing. They were praying the spirits, the
Of
demons
mourning.
of or mourning. That's what,
That's not
yeah,
what you pray for, God to comfort hearts,
bruh.
not
It
to
was
take the spirit of mourning.
Bruh, when I say this,
Who also has gone through a lot. I lost my father young, and
yeah,
it still impacts me. And Father's Day, every year Father's Day,
mhm,
they like read all of the fathers that have passed on.
yeah,
And every year when they say his name, obviously I'm in tears, and I'm like, this is freaking traumatic. Like,
correct,
worried about the wrong thing here. Let's
yeah,
stop reading these people's names. So
bruh,
I'm sitting here crying, and somebody's like, "Oh, he's been gone for years and years." I don't care how long the man been gone. What you're not gonna do is try to stop me from crying. It's bless the Lord, bless the Lord, bless the Lord.
yeah, my
Keep
God,
your hands off
man.
me.
And so, like, I make people. I feel like I think I just because of that happening, I started picking up a very morbid kind of like tendency for it. So, like when somebody asked me about my dad, I was like, yeah, he decided to be a deadbeat when I was 14 years old. And
Oh,
yeah, hold that stuff in, hold that in, believe in that, marinate on that. Trail knows what deadbeats are. But
oh God.
so yeah, I like I kind of have to make that joke to kind of make it lighter because I don't want nobody being like, "Oh my gosh, you lost your dad," and then all of a sudden they want to put their hands on me and be like, "But the devil thought they had me." Like I don't want none of that, homie. Just he passed. I respect it. I'm cool. But with that, man, Trail, what did you
Mm,
do this past week, man? How was your week, homie?
shit, work. That's it.
Nah, bro.
Fucking work.
Man, uh, I thoroughly get that. Tips to
Damn,
you,
near 12 hours a day.
man.
Ooh, but never.
I'm
Man,
tired.
man. So not as tired as CM Punk was after this past Friday. That ass whooping pretty wore him out this last week.
Well deserved.
Well,
Very well
why did
deserved.
wait?
Well
Hold up. How
deserved.
do you? All right.
Very
How do you?
well deserved.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved.
All right.
Because
Go
y'all
ahead.
playing Drew like Drew is the bad guy here. Everything Drew been saying been accurate. CM Punk come back, he take him out. Next thing you know, CM Punk obsessed with Drew. Like,
Yeah.
bro was trying to leave him alone.
Yeah.
It's like CM Punk just keep fucking with him.
I
So you
mean,
just gotta take him out. I
so
do
here,
what I do.
so here's my thing, man. Rightfully so. I do think that Drew McIntyre has a lot of points that he's like banging out. It definitely makes sense. My problem is that like we as wrestling fans, and I think you've been hearing me say this, bro. We gotta really start advocating for these tweeners to be recognized as a personality type. Like tweeners is a real fucking thing in wrestling. We really have to acknowledge that. There was a lot of tweeners in our like wrestling history. And Drew McIntyre is really doing fantastic as a tweener. And so like
No,
and
I think he full fledged. I think he full fledged heel, but he's like his heel makes sense.
I
He
don't think that
like
he's
he like you remember how when Brett was doing I'm a bad guy, but I'm a bad guy only by telling the truth type shit. I think
yeah, yeah.
that's what they're doing with
Jin,
him.
yeah, I'm sorry to bring up his name again, but Jinder Mahal did that shit. Remember
Why?
he
Yeah,
Why do we have to keep
yeah.
bringing him up?
but he did it though. He did do that. Though.
Ew.
Tell me that he didn't do that right before The Rock came out. That didn't
Yeah.
happen like early this year, right? He just did
Yeah,
that.
when they played
Really
our
got
lives and was like a former world champion, we're getting hype. And here
Yeah,
comes Jinder
yeah.
Mahal.
Jinder Mahal. Don't you be like that. I would have been so happy. Be like, oh my God, the Mata Mahadra. He coming back. He don't need NDCM no more. Oh
then
my
got
God.
fired like 4 months
He needs to
later.
retire.
Bruh, he's only like 37. He's like
Do I
he's
look like I care? Your
he
prime
needs to
left you in your 20s, Bookie.
bruh, homie is only like in early 30s, like late 30s. Like that's it. People be talking about Jinder Mahal like he's old as fuck, nah. And I just don't understand this. I don't understand this. But move on to Jinder Mahal. But yeah, it happened before. That was the recent memory. I don't know, man. I just think that like it sounds better if he did Drew McIntyre as a tweener. It works for me. And I don't see him doing anything heelish. So like name one thing that's heelish that Drew McIntyre has done over the
Popping
past
up
month.
in somebody's hometown and beating them and dropping them out the door.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, this man just took a championship like belt from him.
All the way to the Glasgow to cock block. Like
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like so
who pushed the ref out the ring?
Who pushed the ref?
CM Punk ain't what does CM Punk need to come down there for? He ain't got no reason.
He was just trying to help y'all. CM Punk was just trying to help. Wasn't no other refs running out there to help.
The nigga not a referee. Trying to help? He's not a referee.
He's not a referee.
Anybody can be a referee.
He's not a referee. They didn't have a special. They didn't have a special guest enforcer. They didn't have a special guest enforcer stipulation.
They had no reason to come down there.
I'm just saying that the true heel is technically CM Punk.
He deserved that ass whooping. He got
no, he did.
He deserved. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what? Matter of fact, Trell, I'm on your bandwagon on this one, dog. He did deserve that ass whooping.
No, he did. Y'all is.
But Drew McIntyre shouldn't have came with that fucking heat with the damn T-shirt and shit like that, though. That homie was like really kicking him while he was down about those tricep muscles. Bro, the one that made me fucking die for a second is when that nigga was in the gym and he was working out and he was like, oh, sometimes these workouts are so hard. I get why it's so easy for you to tear. Like, bro, he was going in about like why it's so important to make sure that you work your arms. Why he's lifting 4:00 in the morning. Don't forget about your arms.
I just hope when they finally do have like a one-on-one match, I hope it's good. Like I hope
it's not. It's not. And the only reason
I think both of them are too good to have a bad match with each other.
I disagree.
I think it'll be bad if it's just a normal match. Like I feel like it needs to be a Hell in a Cell match or a No Holds Barred match or like a TLC. I think it needs to be one of them sort of matches. Don't get them a regular old singles match. Just like I feel like that's where they went wrong with the Usos at WrestleMania. Yeah. They just gave them a regular old singles match, and it was like it sucks because we're expecting all this heat.
Their term got tremendously cut too.
Well, that's what I felt like about like even this AJ Styles versus like Cody Rhodes match. Like I felt like the I Quit match was far significantly better than the first match. That was like that was Backlash, right? That was.
I just hated the ending to that match, bro. How you gonna make him quit because he coming at you with
steel? Well, the chest that's
so stupid.
It was like that was the weakest shit ever. Like y'all could have done better.
They could have, but it's Cody Rhodes with stairs, I don't
give a fuck. That's my shit y'all was doing in that match.
They
could have came up with a better ending.
He's still with the stairs. He beat him so bad with those everything else.
He could have done.
Like that shit made AJ look super.
He could have got not for the first match. Not for the first match. What do you mean, Phil? And we'll keep going on that one. I don't understand what you mean by the first match.
I think you mean like not a specialty match for Punk and McIntyre first match.
Nah, man. I think that we should just do one and just that would be blow for blow. That'd be the final. Like,
you want them to do a one and done type thing?
Yeah, I wanted to move on. Yeah. I wanted to move on. I'm kind of we've been building up for this for almost a year now. Like this
was just to keep Punk relevant throughout his injury, which
correct. Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. But like I mean, you heard how I felt about Cody Rhodes when he tore that pectoral muscle. I absolutely, and I think I went on this tangent before with y'all. I absolutely think that like the smartest decision would have been to just like keep him from winning the title that first year. Because like he had no trial and error. He had nothing to earn from that, bro. And so for us to be like believing that Cody Rhodes is gonna win this damn title like 2 years ago, like that's fucking wild. And he has nothing to earn. And he hasn't been in like the WWE in like 10 years. I think that's what they said. Was it like that?
10 years.
It's been about 10 years. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but if I was a promoter, then we need to start breaking the fourth wall down. And it's basically saying like, yeah, there's these things like New Japan Pro Wrestling. But we ain't talking about that. So as of like that moment in time, Cody Rhodes ain't do shit.
Hold on now. That wall broke now, I believe.
It's not really. Until they start talking about IWGP and then like
AEW. They acknowledge everything but AEW and WWE.
Not really. They didn't do New Japan. They did.
They've acknowledged New Japan.
Acknowledge almost every promotion except AEW, and I think they even acknowledged AEW at one point. But like more like in recent times, they are starting to
passive aggressive about it. They probably was like, man, like not like the other guys. Like kind of.
No, I think Michael Cole said that like if somebody comes and he's like, oh, they were the New Japan, blah 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 blah, or they were the MWL, blah 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 blah.
Like when Tama Tonga came, like all his because most of his stuff was New Japan.
New Japan,
yeah. So they say it's
representing heavy, so.
The only thing I think they do is
I'm about to say, but like you mean even then though, like I said again, when Cody came, that's not what was happening. That wasn't there.
Well, you got to remember who was still in charge then too.
That's very true. That's very true. Big Daddy V was really.
Oh no, we're not gonna call him Big Daddy V. That's what we not gonna do,
bro. No, we not gonna talk about the great career of Vince McMahon, Durag Vince McMahon.
No,
hey, he the GOAT.
The GOAT of what? You know what? Don't get me. Do not get me started on Vince McMahon.
He the GOAT. He done took a $1,000 promotion and turned it to $1 billion
promotion. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice.
He the GOAT,
bro.
That's nice.
So, all right, I'm gonna ask a very terrible question about two terrible like white men when it comes to this. Who did better with their daddy's money? Vince McMahon or Donald Trump?
We're not having this conversation. We are not having this conversation.
No, you brought up that question. I just want to ask. Like, that's a real question.
I'm not even about to entertain.
I'm just asking. Just
bro. You answer that question with your brain and you leave it down.
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, so Joe Hendry was on NXT. That's
Hello,
crazy.
let's talk about that.
All right, so quick question. How do y'all feel about that elimination, that real quick elimination for him?
I mean, that's what you expect. I don't think this is going to be the last time we see him on WWE television, no.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the reason why he got. I mean, what do you expect? Somebody come in, you expect them to last long? No. Realistically, we're going to be like, hey, let's get this outsider out first.
Yeah.
And then there was a TNA person that actually eliminated him, so.
Yeah, that was. So at least, like I'm about to say, that was the one thing I think I remember saying about it is the fact that at least they didn't completely bury him, and that was a pretty good push.
Listen, they gave him the microphone at the start of the match. That was his win right there.
Yeah,
he got to speak on WWE programming.
Yeah,
he got the biggest pop of the doggone night. Did you not see them people? They was lit.
Yeah, I don't know. So who do you think would have trumped that if they from like any brand? Who would have got the bigger pop? Nobody would have got the bigger pop.
I don't think anybody would have got the bigger pop just because of how old he is.
I ain't gonna say that because say if somebody like a Roderick Strong or Adam Cole popped back up, that pop would have been insane. And NXT, Adam Cole and NXT.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Him coming back to NXT, insane. Like that'll be like Adam million Cole? View easy type shit.
Not to be mistaken for the guy who broke his legs recently. We're talking about the guy
Adam Cole,
Edge.
Oh,
Edge broke his leg. What's his name in the next AEW? Adam.
Let me tell you something. I love Edge. I do. I love Edge.
I know he's big as hell.
But I feel like Tony Khan is breaking that man down more than he was already broken. Because first of all, here I go on my Tony Khan rant. Why everybody getting injured when they hop over there?
Everybody getting injured. Like everybody's injured at WWE right now, though, too. So. Everybody's injured.
It's a part of the business.
I don't think everybody's not injured. Very few people are.
I think that the reason why both brands are having issues with injuries is because of the fact that everything is about that big pop and everything is about that clip, that clip that's needed to be able to get those money, that extra kind of like funding.
No, I don't even think
I think that that's what we need. We need that pop.
I think it's like literally everybody pushing each other to be pushing each other. So it's like, oh, he just did that. Okay, I gotta go have a better performance. So it's like
That's what I'm saying. That's
iron sharpening iron right now. Shit, motherfuckers just get hurt.
I mean, but also iron sharper iron makes dents. So I'm I guess, if you're going for. I don't know. I just think that like really a lot of it is being pushed because of the fact of like how they're trying to build up that not only their quick clickbait like presence, but also on top of that, like it's very much so what's going to keep people interested for a long time. And I was like, how many stipulation matches have we had in the past month? And I want to say that I counted 5 on regular like program TV. That's a lot from what it used to be. It used to be just like tag team it up, brother. Like, all right, we might have 1 or 2 like triple threat matches. I don't think that we've had as many like stipulations or like extra like programs like we have had as of recently.
I like how we're doing triple threats for Money in the Bank. I do think that's smart.
That is very
just
smart.
Being one-on-one. That way you can showcase more people. Speaking of triple threats for freaking Money in the Bank, what the frick happened on Friday? Why is
Chelsea Green?
I love it. I hope Chelsea wins.
You need to though. Because I don't see why you need to put like the Money in the Bank on Bianca Belair. I don't need no.
She don't need it at all.
She doesn't need it per se, but to that point, it's looking like Io is going to be the vet in the match because you have to have a vet in the match because you can't expect all these rookies to come in and I don't know, not.
No,
you can't have a lot of first timers come in.
Who's better than the person who just recently won it?
I don't think me personally. I don't think she should be in the match.
I think that like when you talk about that,
you don't think she should be in it.
Not Chelsea. Chelsea makes sense. I don't think Io should be in it.
Why?
Yeah,
you just won
that's another reason to have her in it.
Yeah,
I don't see a reason.
So it makes more sense to have her.
Obvious. Okay, either she's gonna win it, and then it's like, oh, first ever back-to-back Money in the Bank winner.
If she win it this year,
that's another. It's a
I would be so confused.
Yeah,
it's a possible storyline for one, and it's to further damage control whatever they going through right now.
Correct.
That I feel like that's gonna play a part, and I think this is where Io about to separate.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah, Asuka's out. She still got an injury. Like Asuka just recently said that like she has to have like a cane and like something else to walk her with it. At one point in time they had to wheel her around in a wheelchair because of the fact that she just could not walk.
I think it's about time for her to hang up. I love Asuka.
Why you want people? Why you want to say goodbye to so many people?
If it's taking a toll on your body, if you are, hold on a second, because
you won't say goodbye to everybody.
Hold on, y'all, because for some odd reason right now, my phone is popping, and every time I start talking, my ears start freaking dinging. Don't have Apple products all connected, friends.
No,
don't do it.
Don't have Apple products at all. It's not a smart decision.
Hey, hold on, bro.
Yeah, I say that with my chest too.
Oh, you an Apple hater?
I'm not an Apple hater. I just know that Android is the public enemy when it comes to y'all folks who have those Apple products.
First of all, don't call us y'all folks. Let's get that together.
They had this comedian, bro, and I think that he's spot on. Says, man, like, ain't nothing more racist than a person who's an Apple owner against people who are Android. Y'all discriminate against me because of the color of my bubble, my messaging bubble.
Because it's green and it's
ugly. See? That's that shit. That's that shit.
That is green and it's ugly.
It's ugly. All right. So Asuka is 42 years old. Like, I don't know. That's pretty still young though, man. Isn't that LA Knight? It's like 42 years old.
But if your body is If there's times you have to push around in a wheelchair, you have to have a cane or a walker, and it's happened multiple times. You need to. I understand that this is your passion,
but This is like a second injury though, right? So like she's been pretty good. She's only had this injury and she just came off of this injury like April. So it just feels like it's a long time, which I am going to ask you this. It feels like WrestleMania was like 4 years ago. Does it not?
It
feels like it was a long. It feels like it was a long time ago since.
I feel about right.
It doesn't feel like it was just WrestleMania 2 months ago.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like that.
Or the SummerSlam's coming up soon.
So like for her to be off an injury, it doesn't feel like that. It does. It not like one bit. It feels like it's been like we coming up on the next WrestleMania soon.
No. You know what this is? This is that WrestleMania layoff. After WrestleMania, you hit your peak, and so you slowly came down. This is that moment until we build back up into SummerSlam. It's just y'all just seeing it in real time.
Should it be like that though?
Every single year.
Should it be like that? Should it be like that? Though, even though
that's the way the business is.
Should it be like that though? That's the question.
Yeah, I do.
Why is that?
Because think about it, you're not gonna have 100% engagement all the time. So people are like, WrestleMania is over, The Rock left, people are gonna leave. You're gonna have this. Now, this is the time where it's like you got your avid watchers. You feed them with like stuff like Money in the Bank or Ricochet and Ilya dragging off one-on-one because that shit was fire. Shit like that.
It was
to feed them until you get to your SummerSlam and you get those eyes back. This is just a business.
Okay. No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think that like there should be some evolution in the business when it comes to that. Because at this point in time, like you're talking about a fast-paced business at this point in time, and with so much wrestling there, it feels like you are really taking a lot of like drunk dartboard shots to try to make sure that you keep people's interest until July when you just got done in April. That makes sense?
No, not really, because like again, this is the stuff they prepare for. They prepare for Seth to go away. They prepare for The Rock to go away. This is the time where they're trying to build those new stars up. And it's like you're not gonna get that super viral, everything's hot right now, because they're literally building. You just seen
who they building?
Yeah, but that's what I'm about to ask you next. It's
Solo.
Like,
they building Solo. You can't lie and say they're not trying to push Solo to the moon right now. They trying. It may not be connected, but they trying.
But that's what I mean. Like that's what it feels like.
Gable, they giving him a nice little push.
That man just got shot in the head 6 days ago.
But still, they still pushing
it. Chad Gable had a push. Technically, Ricochet technically had a push.
And they pushed him right out the door.
They pushed his ass right out the door. Pushed his ass right through the windshield of a car. They pushed his ass so hard. They said, "You want to leave here? We're gonna give you transportation."
You want to know who's getting pushed? And I'm glad that they're getting pushed, but I'm also shocked they're getting pushed.
Who?
And I hate to say this, Carmelo Hayes. They're pushing him.
Why are you surprised? He in a position he's supposed to be in.
Sometimes I feel like they don't do people justice. I guess I'm so used to just being disappointed about everything.
By people, do you mean people?
Us.
Yeah.
They don't do right by us all the time.
Yeah.
Because at this point in time, I don't know.
Go ahead.
You also got to remember, Melo too was Cody Rhodes' boy. And so pretty much they're going to do whatever. Hey, Cody, Carmelo, he is. So they going to rock with Carmelo.
Have you seen that man?
I really don't like. I think he could be better on the mic. I don't. When he talk, I don't find him believable.
Have you seen him
in the ring? Yeah, he cold in the ring.
No. Have you seen him?
Listen, I am.
Yeah, you gonna say that? Happy Pride Month, Cheryl.
Wait, I haven't seen what she was trying to get at. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
It's a beautiful man.
He's a beautiful man, I
It
guess.
is
All
a
right,
beautiful man.
that's what she says. All
He's
right.
a beautiful man.
I keep
No,
forgetting we got a
man,
woman
I
on
don't
that.
think. No. So here's my thing, and the only reason why I think that it's kind of not surprising, but it's also it's surprising how they're pushing him. They are really trying to push him as a singles competitor, which is respectful. I just feel like they had something that people were excited about with the possible inclusion of them being part of the Pride. And now we have what's her name? Babs?
BFAB.
BFAB's BFAB as part of it, and I really feel like she ain't doing nothing for the Pride at all. I hate
I think
I
they
hate the
need to
name
let
the
that
Pride,
go.
dog.
Are they still a Pride? Like, where's Simba at?
I
They
don't
need to
I
let
hate
that
the
go.
name. Bruh, I'm telling you, man, the Almighty Prophets is sitting right there.
It really is.
The Almighty Prophets is sitting
in
right
your
there.
face.
Writing your just right there. So hard. Like
I
I
think
don't
they
understand.
just need to
Or the Hurt Business should have been there. One of the two. The Almighty
disband
Prophets.
that, let that go. That ship has sailed. Just let
Yeah.
Bobby be a singles competitor. Let the Street Profits do
No,
Street
I think that they
Profits.
could do it. The problem is that, all right,
I don't
I
want
will
them to
say
do
this.
it though.
Okay, so I didn't read the full like MVP like statement, and that's one of the things I did want to ask and talk about it because I know
Yeah, he
we kind
was
of jumped.
wilding of it. Like he was
I
wilding of it.
from what the gist that I got from MVP, I feel like truthfully, if I'm going based off of from face value of what I heard, I do feel truthfully that they have not pushed the black factions the way that they push these other factions. And the reason being is because of the fact that like the product is boring for the black folks. Whereas like you talk about like the Wyatt Six that come out, like that's kind of exciting. LWO been fighting Legado del Fantasma for like a whole. How you doing, Derek? Thanks a lot for joining us. Been doing their thing for like about a year now as well. But like it's been about a year. It's been about a year. Legado del Fantasma has been around. Because you got to think about it. It was when Logan Paul had his match against Rey Mysterio for US title. And that was last year around Crown Jewel. So it's been
That's
almost
a
about a
real
year.
deadbeat there, right there.
Yeah, that's real deadbeat. You correct all the way. So much of a deadbeat. He has to wear a mask and not show his son who he is, so he won't know who he is in public. But with that, Legado del Fantasma has been pushed with also LWO. Yeah, LWO was since like whatchamacallit as well. Backlash last year because they had the match with Bad Bunny and Judgment Day and shit like that. That was like all last year. And so they've been pushed
yeah, because
really.
whatchamacallit had the match against whatchamacallit.
Damian Priest had the match against Bad Bunny.
No, not that one. The other one.
Zelina Vega had the
yeah.
match against Rhea Ripley. Yeah, that's all last year. Like LWO had a fucking year. Like despite the fact that they've been getting their ass whooped, they've had a year. The Pride only had Karrion Kross's like faction, which they're invisible as well. So the
I actually
program,
like Karrion Kross now.
yeah,
Like,
I like him
when
too.
do that.
That's the crazy thing. I like him too. And you know the sad thing is, I was kind of expecting them to put Karrion Kross with Bo Dallas. Do you think that would have been a good set piece?
Nah, because Karrion can talk by himself, so he don't need no like group or not. Or he don't need no mouthpiece for him.
That's fair.
Yeah, because Scarlett don't say nothing. I call her a human prop.
She is a human
don't do
prop.
Too much nothing.
She doesn't, but yeah, and which is kind of weird because of the fact that even like with AOP had that mouthpiece and like he's even quiet as well. It's just Karrion Kross talking the whole time. But I just was kind of expecting.
I actually like that faction. I actually like that faction.
Yeah, the Final Testament is pretty decent. But like it's interesting. And I would love to see Final Testament meet up with Wyatt Six eventually, or Final Testament meet up with Judgment Day in some form of fashion. It just feels like the product has been not as interesting for the the black folks when it comes to that. And I say the black folks as a lenient way of saying that.
Because I feel like
we,
there's only so much you can do with a black faction before it's like you teeter in that line of racism.
correct.
Like,
Which they absolutely
we
did.
had extra domination, which was racist kind of, but it worked.
They are a special kind of racist, though. I
It's
fuck
like,
with them.
okay, after you've done that, it's like you did crime time. Racist as hell.
I don't think crime time
worked. So it's
I feel like crime time was a
can
profit. I feel like crime time was a bunch of black dudes trying to pretend to be white boys who try to pretend to be black dudes.
Yeah, that'd be racist.
That's what crime time was. It felt like that. It felt very forced. Whereas, like, if you would have had crime time today, they would have been street profits.
Street profits is crime time. What you talking about?
Not really. No, not in the same context. Not in the same context. No. Yeah, like
profits work because street profits ain't like, oh no, they are being themselves.
Correct.
Like when they say we want to smoke, like they just being themselves type shit. Like they not acting black, they just being themselves. Yeah. Whereas crime time, they was like they was pushing the stereotypical black, middle aged man, hood type of thing.
And then the music was there. Yo, 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 yo. It is time for crime time. And then Brooklyn. And man, these dudes came down.
For a black person, there's not really much else you can do with them that's like fresh or original. That's why the Hurt Business that's why the Hurt Business worked. Because it was like, okay, it's a black faction. It's not doing nothing like no racism or nothing, but it worked. So
yeah, it worked, and like I said again, it doesn't work for.
I just think that Hurt Business happened at the wrong time. If Hurt Business was today, I think they'll be a little bit more prominent, I guess.
Yeah. What about you? What about you, Miss Ashla? How you feel?
So let me preface this by saying I am a baby in wrestling. So when we have conversations about crime time when they were out, I was not alive for that. So my views on I wasn't. Was I? What year was that?
I ain't no way.
Wait a minute, pause. Hold on.
Wait, but the way that you made, man, she made us feel so fucking old for that shit. God. She really made me feel like I was talking about like.
Oh, okay. Well, I was a child. I was down.
But you making me talk like you making me feel like I'm talking about like Vader when he was a rookie year. God damn, Ric Flair when he first got the. Yeah.
I really want to laugh for that.
Oh man.
Okay, but to that point, I was a child. Of course, I'm going back and having a podcast, having a platform. I've rewatched those things and I see things differently because you all were in like high school, college when that happened.
2006. Yeah, I was high school.
Yeah, I was in high school.
I was just learning how to spell my name.
Oh fuck! All right. Damn, bro. These gray hairs are justified just now.
I'm sorry if I made you feel old.
Oh man,
it's not my fault that you are. All right. Anyway,
I ain't know.
I want to say, like, I'm not old, but the way that you made me feel, like, you made it sound like I was definitely doing the back in my day moment just now.
Back in my day. Yeah. I did that with somebody the other day. I was like, when I was a kid, we didn't do that.
We didn't do that. That's what
we didn't do that.
So
anyway,
tell me your perspective of crime time today. Then let's go with that.
I don't see the crime time trying to forcefully be black, if that makes sense. I don't see it, and maybe because I might be a little naive to it because, as I said, I was a child. So, of course, watching it as older, it's like, oh, they're just having fun. It might be a little stereotypical.
Even watching it back then, you would have known, like, okay, they on some bullshit. But
yeah.
But then with the Hurt Business,
literally, their gimmick was that they robbed everybody for everything. I'm just saying, like they literally like their job was to rob people of everything and then resell that shit to people in the crowd. Like they would be stealing like Lita shit and just be like, y'all want some new like Lita ring gear fresh from the locker room? Like that was kind of weird and wrong in so many other ways. And also, yeah, think about it. This also came out around the same time as Malibu Most Wanted. So I was definitely getting Tay Diggs as a wrestler when I was looking at like JTG the whole time. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like going from the Nation of Domination to getting.
Time out. Whoa.
What did I say, Bookie? You're not gonna time me out and I just started talking. You time out.
I just need to verify something real quick.
What did I say?
Yeah, continue. You can continue.
No. Finish what you said. No. As literally the first lady of the island of irrelevance, you should have.
I just need to verify something real quick.
What are we verifying?
Nothing.
No, because now I need to know.
Okay, never mind. Wait, hold up.
Nation of Domination was like
Crime Time was in WWE around the time where you had Cameron and Naomi. So it's like, how you not knew who Crime Time was?
That's I didn't say I didn't know who Crime Time was. You have to remember. Well, you don't have to remember. You have to realize is okay. Here's an all about me since we're here. I am the only girl of four kids. I have brothers. So, of course, I watched wrestling with them. But there was a point in time where I stopped. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm not watching this no more. And then when Total Divas started, now, can you tell me what year Total Divas started? While you're sitting here trying to fact check me?
It was like 2006.
Total Divas did not start in 2006.
Yeah, it was. It was like a long time ago.
That was no way that was 2006.
2006? No, I'm lying. 2013. 2013.
Okay, thank you. Don't be trying to make it seem like I don't know what I'm talking about.
I thought it was before I met my wife. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, period. That's when I got back into wrestling. But at that point, I was just watching Total Divas. Still trying to figure out when Raw and SmackDown came on and what time they came on. Gotcha. And so I'm not saying I don't know who Crime Time is, but I think by that point, like Crime Time wasn't doing. Wait a minute, 2013. Crime Time was still on TV in 2013, wasn't it?
So
I could have.
the Funkadactyls was the valets from 2012 to 2013.
Right.
Crime Time. I'm definitely. Yeah, they are already broke up by then. Yeah.
Okay, so why are you trying to fact check me?
Yeah, no,
that's why I said hold up. That's why I just said.
Wait.
Jump straight in there. I got my facts first.
No. Don't do that. Because 2014 to 2020, they were back together as well.
Who?
But Crime Time was back together 2010 to 2014.
What was they doing?
They were wrestling WWE.
If I started watching again in 2013, 2014, they were there. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. What you think it was playing my life?
They were there. Anyway. You put some respect on Chad Gaspard's name, man. Oh.
You put some respect on Cameron's name, too.
I ain't know that. We ain't doing that at all.
We ain't putting that on the either.
We ain't gonna do that, man. That man, Chad Gaspard, is a literal real life hero. He saved his own kid's life.
Yes.
Oh, you done made that man leave.
I done made Trev mad. He done left the broadcast.
Damn.
Oh, because I said, give give Cameron her flowers.
We are not giving Cameron.
Cameron deserves something, okay? Let me take something.
All right, go ahead.
I love Cameron.
Okay, why?
Because she was funny.
Okay, what's up?
She brought Naomi had the fight and she had the comedy. That's what the two of them together made such a good tag team. I be cracking up at Cam. It's like who can I compare it to? It's like Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Naomi was Piper Niven fighting everybody, but Chelsea was Cameron.
Yeah,
and they just was fun. They just was funny. Of course, Chelsea a little better than Cameron in the wrestling aspect.
Fair enough.
Cameron still has to grow up to them. But I just feel like people, when we talk about people like Cameron or people like Oksana or who else was it back in the day?
Oksana was back there.
Oksana. What was the girl's name? Not Eve Torres. Not her.
Man, Eve Torres was back there. But
not her though. But there's another girl. She had dark hair. Rosa Mendez.
Rosa Mendez was during that time.
Those people.
Her and Melina was back during that time too, as well.
I feel like those people don't get the credit for the things that they did. And that's one reason why I am a big Cameron fan, because I feel like nobody gives her credit for what she did. She tried. Some people get out there and they don't even try. She continually tried. No, she might not have gotten good as quickly as we would have wanted her to, but she still tried.
Yeah.
So give her something for trying. Rosa Mendez lost her whole freaking shorts on one episode.
Yeah.
Saw her whole crack, but she didn't stop trying.
Yeah, I do remember that. It's just the fact that, like, I think the reason why sometimes it's very hard to talk about, like, and I think that's one of the reasons why we talked about, like, even adding you to the show, is I don't know how to talk about women's wrestling. Even though I grew up watching women's wrestling, like, I don't know how to talk about it. And the reason being is because the fact that, like, prime example, we just talked about the women's Money in the Bank match, which is like Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green, and then Mia Yim, right? And so when you see Mia Yim like hitting each other, you could see that everything is kind of telegraphed. Like you can even see that they were just kind of doing a random like swing as they waited for Chelsea Green to get set up for her suicide dive. And I feel like that's what I got a lot of with Cameron. Cameron, I didn't feel like there was a lot of like, I know what the fuck I'm doing. And sometimes you can't just go in the ring looking like you just trying. You got to just know, like, I did this thing. I know how to do this thing. And maybe that's why I have such a prejudice against her, because of the fact I just feel like she just couldn't do it. Definitely, I feel like she was the person that should have hung up her boots a long time ago.
Well, she did hang up her boots for a long time.
I'm glad that she did.
She just re-picked them back up. And as much as she's trying, I mean, of course, you have people who hung up their boots and stayed away, like the Mendez. Baby, she couldn't wrestle to save her life. She was cute.
Yeah.
Oksana couldn't wrestle to save her life.
Correct. I definitely agree.
Cute.
I will give you this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like a lot of what Cameron was doing was the same thing that Paige tried to like to project, as well as also AJ Lee, and then AJ Lee's Paige, and then what's another person that tried to like project the same thing that like Cameron did?
Nikki Bella.
Yeah, the Bella twins did look like they were kind of like trying to dress and be the same way as her. And so like Cameron was doing like the plaid like schoolgirl shit, and then like doing like the multicolored hair, because I didn't see a lot of that other than like Lita really kind of doing the multicolored hair at the time. And so like a lot of the systems that they were doing, you could definitely see that they picked it up from like a wrestler like Cameron. So I will say that maybe Cameron definitely did open up doors for like the freeness of like personalities, but not necessarily wrestling.
Having a breakthrough.
Oh no, she was a terrible wrestler. No, I would not like to see her wrestle.
Oh my gosh.
I would not see.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me her banger. Tell me her banger.
My boyfriend's in the comments. That's who Phil is. Phil's in the comments. Hi, Phil. Phil. When she came back in the Royal Rumble that year, he will tell you that I probably was the only person in the world that was hype. I was screaming. I was crying. It's gonna be like screaming, crying, throwing up. Oh my God. I was having one of those moments. I was like, oh.
So you were the only person that realized Tatanka was at the Royal Rumble? That's what you were? I'm
What I'm
sorry.
saying is,
I
see,
was wrong.
because
I'll be
we
quiet.
can get on Jinder Mahal. You on this side of me. We can get to Jinder Mahal all doggone day, Buki. Please don't play with me.
Definitely a better banger than Cameron, though.
He got lucky. He got lucky.
Man, y'all gonna put more respect. You need to
We
put
ain't
more
putting no
respect on
respect on Jinder
Jinder
Mahal.
Mahal. If you can respect Cameron, you can respect Jinder Mahal.
I can
You
respect
can
Jennifer. I was gonna say Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, Jinder Mahal. You have to put respect on Jinder
I can
Mahal's name
respect
if you can
Jinder
respect Cameron
Mahal
Mahal.
for what he tried to do, but that's all I'm gonna give him.
Okay. So we equal then.
We're equal then. We had a breakthrough and then we
yeah.
kind of lost it.
No, we lost it.
But to the point of the two of them, they tried. Everybody tried. And the only person I feel like didn't try, but consistently got pushed was Eva Marie.
Eva Marie is terrible. I feel like she was terrible. I feel like she was very much so and I'm making sure I'm reading the right person I'm thinking it is. It's the same one that kissed like the red-headed girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was terrible. She was they really tried to make her do something. And Scarlett is Eva Marie currently.
Eva Marie was dumb, if you will.
Yeah.
As I'll probably reference a lot, I watched every single episode from start to finish of Total Divas and Total Bellas and Mrs. and Bianca and Montez. So these people's real life, I could give it to you.
Yeah.
Eva Marie came in, brown hair. They said she looked like the Bellas, which is, they told her to go blonde. She went red. First mistake. You don't go against what the boss tells you to do if they have a vision for you. But lucky for her, they liked it. Where she went wrong at in her career was pretending she knew how to dance and tried to be Fandango's partner. That's where she went wrong.
Fair.
And you would never know that if you didn't watch the show because it never aired on like TV. But then she got into it. The other reason why she wasn't really doing good is because she was kind of like, I don't want to say the outcast, but she didn't make it good for herself in the locker room. I'm all about, you need to make sure you're good with people that you work with. And especially when you're trusting somebody with your body, like you do in wrestling, you're trusting somebody to not physically hurt you as much as it should. You're trusting somebody to make sure you don't get a concussion or you don't break your leg, you don't break your arm. And she acted like she was the best thing since sliced bread. She was telling Nikki Bella that she was a horrible champion and that she was like, I'm going to change the locker room when I become Divas champion. Ma'am, the closest thing you're going to get to a Divas championship is a replica of the WWE.com. That's the closest thing you're going to get to a title belt, Buki. She ain't done nothing. And then they sent her off and they got her. She never went to NXT like for real to train. They got her a private trainer because they believed in her so much. And she still didn't succeed.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, God.
Because that's a good segue for one of my last questions.
Okay.
And I feel like there's certain similarities, and I wonder if Trey would feel differently about this. But like, he said that his system had restarted and it's updating, and it's gonna take about an hour. It's okay.
Oh, God.
So, silly question.
Silly question.
Do you feel like Jade Cargill arguably is a tad bit better than Eva Marie?
Absolutely.
But she's getting the same like push as Eva Marie.
I think that I wouldn't say she's getting the Eva Marie push. Eva Marie felt like she was entitled to things.
That's what it feels like for me, though, for Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill, I feel like she thinks she might be entitled to some things, but you can also see the improvement that she's had from coming from AEW to coming to WWE. But what I don't appreciate when it comes to Jade Cargill is everybody else's mouth on her about the whole thing at Clash of the Castle. Now, we saw all of those issues with the ropes. I think Zoe might have had but you want to know something about them ropes? And I don't think people realize they were all loose, But to that same point, people did different things from different sides of the rope. So where Jade was might have been a little looser versus where Zoe Stark was, it might not have been as loose. So she was able to perform 3 springboards and be fine. Versus where Jade was, they were loose. We all saw what happened with Damian Priest. That was a totally different set of ropes. In a totally different area. Even whatchamacallit got stuck up on the ropes.
Yeah, I know that they announced about AJ Styles was told by the referee ahead of time that like, yo, these ropes are kind of bad. I feel like at that point though, WWE does enough commercials in between PLEs now at this point in time.
Somebody should have went in. I absolutely agree.
So that should have been something that's been a fixable thing. But also beyond that, like going into just her talent alone, it feels like the reason why I say I'm a pro, she should have been at NXT for like a year, even like 2 years. You think about like Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, she did a fantastic job at NXT, and now she's a fucking mainstay, right? Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, all of them are big names. What all of them have in common? They all came. Charlotte Flair they all came from NXT. Why is it so different to believe that this woman can make that impact? NXT was used to go against AEW. Would have been more poetic her to go to NXT, develop, be better, and then be the mainstay that actually destroys the ratings for AEW, or just put her on Friday Night SmackDown. And I just don't feel like I feel like it doesn't show the same quality. What it does show is, yes, the lack of training that AEW had, but it also shows that AEW doesn't know how to recruit good wrestlers as well.
I was very pro don't send her to NXT because it's made for people to be developed. But to that point, she is developed. She might need some more ring work.
Yeah.
She might need a little more help on the mic. However, to that point, I feel like she would have overshined everybody in NXT.
I don't know, man. That's the Caitlin Clark thing for me. That's like
I don't get started on that mess.
Yeah, well, no. Vibe with me for a second. Like we talk about Caitlin Clark like crazy, right? Angel Reese is also in WNBA as well. But we are really listening to a lot of these stats for Caitlin Clark. She's doing pretty terrible right now, apparently. She's doing okay, but she's not doing as nearly as good as she was in college basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
If anything, kind of going into what Trail said, wouldn't that be iron sharpening iron at that point in time? And so, like, when I think about what's her name? Who's the female champion right now? Roxanne Perez. Yeah, like you don't mean to tell me that like if she would have went against her in a match, that would not be a good fucking matchup.
That would be a good match.
Why? What is the dilemma of like the visceral hate about NXT at this point in time? The only thing I can think of that could solve that solution is if you make NXT another brand. But other than that, like realistically, there's nothing wrong with her going against Roxanne Perez. There's nothing wrong with her going against like several other wrestlers like Cora Jade and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that, at least in my eyes. Do you?
No, I was a random thought of my head. No, that makes sense. But to that point, we don't know what all was in that contract.
Yeah.
She might have told Triple H, look, I understand that I'm coming from AEW and I need some work. What you're not going to do is stick me back on a Tuesday night show that's stuck in Florida and I can't travel.
Fair.
It was like we don't know what was in her contract.
So do you think?
I think there might be some underlying things that we might not see. I think Jade would have been great in NXT. And I think sticking her with Bianca to start her was a great idea. You get somebody who's well established, who knows what they're doing, and you put her, you basically, it's like a mentor-mentee thing. You kind of put her on her wing. You're like, all right, if this is where you want to be at in the company, you need to watch her. You need to work with her. You need to do this. You need to do that. You have that aspect of, that's why I think Jade is fine where she is. However, I think in NXT, I don't even know how to really explain it. I can't really, because I don't know what would happen with her being in NXT. Would she? I can't I can't explain it. I can't really.
So, all right, well, let's simplify it real fast, and then we're gonna wrap up after this. What kind of matchup it would have been if she would have went against like Lash Legend?
I think Lash and Jade would have been great. I think Jade versus Roxanne would be great. But a few of them, it would just seem like a squash match. Like,
well,
I gotta be careful with my words here.
No. Only reason why I say that, like, we got to be careful when it comes to that logic. Because like squash matches, we can think about like even John Cena was squashed, right? At one point in time. On multiple occasions. So like, are we going to like basically knock down the legacy of John Cena because he squashed for, I think it was like Goldberg at one point in time and Brock Lesnar. And so are we really going to... Yeah. Are we really going to... Yeah, exactly. Like Brock Lesnar and Kofi Kingston. Are we going to knock their legacy down?
We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, but
dark time in my life.
But that's a real statement, though.
It is.
So if we go and we say like, yeah, she completely decimated Kalani Jordan, right? Then Kalani Jordan says, "I want my damn title back." That's a different thing, and we can build that line up, you know. And so. True. I just feel like we had it with several wrestlers, and we just kind of have to put respect on these wrestlers' names. And I feel like that was for me, I feel like that's more discrediting to NXT for what they have for wrestlers. Is the reason being is because of the fact that you're saying that this person who come in, they don't have a name like Cody Rhodes. They didn't go to New Japan Pro Wrestling. They just went to AEW, and they had squash matches in a beef with Bow Wow. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well,
yeah, you had to swallow that shit. You forgot about that
shit. To that point, to your point, that you think people should go through NXT if they just come. What about Dominic Mysterio?
Dominic Mysterio, he was during the pandemic era, and he did go to NXT.
When did he go to? He went to NXT for what? 2 weeks. Won a title and didn't go back.
For a full 3 months, ma'am, at least. I'm saying that Jade Cargill could have did 6 months at AEW. Did it if she would have, by the time that she signed and she would have did it 6 months, it would have been the time for the draft. If you think about it, because when was the draft? The draft was like May. She was already in the Royal Rumble by February. So if you think about it, January, February, March, April, May, that's 5 months right there. She could have did a legit 5 months there. Developed, put her on the screen, had time to develop on screen, the same exact way that you try to put her to develop on screen, and then made the same move.
I get that, but I get that. However, back to my Dominic Mysterio thing. Mm-hmm. Dominic didn't go back to NXT till he got in Judgment Day.
Correct. But he also. Yeah, but I also want to say that he was in a development brand too.
He was not.
Dominic Mysterio?
I don't think he did anything else. I think he came straight in that mug.
Yeah, but I love the fact that was a pushback on that, because that is true. He did, from what I remember, he did get kind of like pushed in there. Early appearance, yeah, he was a kid, and then he did the Mysterios TV show at one point in time. Yeah, he didn't do nothing with NXT. I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good pushback on that one. Because, I can't think of nothing else when it comes to that. But I still think Jade Cargill should have had that situation. She don't have a legendary dad that's wrestling her. All right. You win this one. Okay, I'll give you the paddle. I'll give you that one. Round of applause. Take that.
My first one, and I
Why you barbershop coming to America, my ass just now? E&B Rocky Marciano ass, though.
Oh God. Oh,
that's what you just did. You Rocky Marciano my ass. Like that's what it is. All right, man. Ashlyn, let's go. Tell us where people can find you.
Oh God, it might take a while.
Take a while. Where people can find you.
If you are interested in purely wrestling content, nothing else but wrestling content, you can follow me anywhere at She Talks Wrestling. Again, that is at She Talks Wrestling. This is what the logo looks like, but it's in color.
Yes.
Kind of dope, baby.
Wrestling. Yes.
Gotta come from the name on it. Yes. If you're interested in me as a person, if you like to see things that I'm into, movies I love Bridgerton, I love musicals, I love Broadway. If you want to see cute pictures of my boyfriend and I, feel free to follow me at the official Ashlyn J on Instagram. Do not have that on a cup.
No, don't have that on the cup.
That's about it. I'm at She Talks Wrestling everywhere, except for Twitter. It's She TLK Wrestling. It'll be somewhere. All right. I'll post my link tree somewhere for you good people to find it.
So with that, I want to give a big shout out to Black Wrestling Order and Black Wrestling Fans Facebook group. This is also how we found Ashlyn as well. And a lot of these questions did come from the post that was on these Facebook groups as well. Which, by the way, I'm fucking loving these questions. I'm gonna steal from them a lot, but I'm gonna shout them out then.
But shout them out. Shout out to Bones.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna shout them. Definitely. So, but with that, big shout outs to all of y'all on those Facebook groups. With that, at History Williams, you can find me on Facebook as well as Twitter and Instagram as well. Make sure that you are checking out our YouTube page, like, subscribe. If you don't, then you're just gonna make Ashlyn cry, and she's gonna have to go back to like Cameron for some sympathy, like hugs, and remember her on the Royal Rumble. With that, y'all stay dope, stay amazing. Y'all keep making history. Peace.
And stay black.
Definitely.